Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do the wavy stitch. And it's done in back and forth, but you can do it in a round. It takes 14 stitches total. So when I started making my center, I made it with 14 stitches instead of the regular 12. And then I doubled my number by doing the double crochet crossover stitch, which brought me up to 28 stitches. But you can increase the regular way if you like. And then I did it one more time, the double crochet crossover stitch, which brought me back up to 56 stitches. So whatever number you end up with, you need to have it in multiples of 14 when working in the round. When working in back and forth, it's 14 plus 2, I believe. So what we need to do is, once you've got your multiples of 14 and you're ready to start your wavy stitch, what you want to do is chain 1, and then in the first stitch you want to do 7 double crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 double crochets worked all in the same stitch. Now you want to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and in the fourth you want to start by doing a single crochet. So skip 3 stitches and then do a single crochet in the next stitch. Now you want to do a total of 7 single crochets, so you want to work along your project. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have 7 double crochets, skip 3, then you have 7 single crochets, and again you want to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth stitch you want to do 7 double crochets worked into the same stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So again, you have a total of 14 stitches used, starting from the 1 that you worked your 7 double crochets in, then you skipped 3, and then you have 7 single crochets here, and then again you have your 3 skip stitches here, which count for 14 stitches from here to the last skip stitch. So if you're working in the round, you want to continue to do this, repeat it all the way around. So after your double crochet and in between where you're starting your single crochets, you're always going to want to skip 3. And after your single crochets, before you start your double crochets, you want to skip 3. So there's always going to be a skip 3 before and after your single crochets. So I did my 7 double crochets in my stitch, and then I'm going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth I want to start my single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again I'm going to want to skip 3 and then start my double crochets again. So continue that all the way around, and I'll see you at the beginning. Okay, I'm at the very end of my first row of the wavy stitch, and you want to do a slip stitch in the first double crochet that you did. These are our 7 double crochets we did in our first stitch. So we still have our 3 stitches that we're going to skip, and we're going to go into that first double crochet that we did and do a slip stitch and chain 1. Now this is worked back and forth, so we have to turn our work with our back facing us, and then we're going to go into this first single crochet out of the 7 that we have here. Go into that first one and do a single crochet, and the next one and do a single crochet. You want to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And you should still have the same amount of stitches that you had in the previous row. I had 56, so at the end of this round I'll have 56 again. So just continue all the way around, and then I'll show you how to do the third row of the wavy stitch. Okay, when we come to the end of our single crochet row, this is our stitch we slip stitched into. We want to do a single crochet here, and then we want to slip stitch in the next stitch. Then chain 1 and turn your work back again. And now we want to single crochet in the next 7 stitches because we have a shell here. So immediately over, after we do a single crochet row, we never want to do a shell on top of a shell. So we're going to be single crocheting 7 in the next stitches. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have our 7 single crochets on top. Now again, we want to skip over 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then we want to put our double crochet inside this one, our 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then again, you want to skip over 3 stitches, and then in the 4th, you want to start your 7 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we're going to be doing this again and again. We have our 7 single crochets, then we'll skip 2, and then you'll do your double crochet, skip 3, and then you'll do your 7 double crochets. Remember, you never want to put a shell immediately on top of the single crochet row above another shell. So that'll automatically tell you that you need to do single crochets here, and this is your single crochet rows here, and you'll do the shell above that one. So you're going to be alternating every other one. Okay, I got to the end of my row, and you can see 2 solid stitches here, and then you have this space here. This space here is going to count as the 3rd stitch. So you don't want to slip stitch into there. You want to slip stitch right into the top of the very first stitch here, and chain 1 and turn. And now you're going to be doing a single crochet row. So if you want to go into that same exact stitch that you just slip stitched into and do a single crochet. And then you want to do a single crochet in the space, this big old space here, single crochet. Actually, if you can get into the actual stitch, the slip stitch will be better because it's not going to open up that space more. Okay, then you want to slip stitch into the next stitch, and then all of the stitches all the way around till you get back up to the beginning again. Okay, I just got done. And make sure to count your stitches on a single crochet row. Make sure that you have the amount that you need. And I still have the same amount that I need. So I'm going to slip stitch in my beginning stitch, and slip stitch, and chain 1, and turn. Now on the rows where you start off, where you have your single crochets, and you did your shells here instead of here, well, now we're going to be starting our shells above the next time. So this was the first time we did a shell. This is the second time we did a shell. Now for the 3rd time, we're going to be moving back up. And at the beginning of the row, this is how you do it. So you want to skip, not going into this very first stitch. So basically, you're not counting the very first stitch. You want to count over from the stitch just to its left, and count over 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 4th stitch, that's where you'll start your 7 double crochets into 1 stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, you want to skip 3 stitches, and then the 4th, you'll start your single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you're going to repeat again. Skip 3, and then the 4th, you do your 7 double crochets. And this is how you're going to be repeating. And since you're keeping your regular stitches, it's going to gradually go into a dome like this. So it's really great if you want to make a hat. So I'm just going to continue that all the way around, and then you end your round and you slip stitch. And then of course, every time you have a shell and single crochet row, the next row you always want to slip stitch, chain 1, and turn, and then you'll do a row of single crochets. And if you alternate, if you more advanced to where you want to try on your single crochet row to change your color, you can really add some nice color into it. And I'll show you a picture of what that'll look like.